And fifth graders, if I can get the fifth grade orchestra's attention, I'm going to ask you tomorrow to tell me between 3 and 5 things that you see that they do that are different than what we've learned so far. New techniques. And you know what, I'll be fair. If you see anything that you think that you can do better, like maybe you see somebody with the wrong posture or position, you can tell me about it. Rat somebody out in the 6th grade. Can you do that? All right. So watch closely. You got it. Awesome. Now, our first piece is called Gargoyles. And yes, 5th graders, this is a piece that has a new technique in it for you. See if you can tell what it is. But you're not allowed to talk to your friends about it because they're performing. All right, so this is Gargoyles, 6th grade orchestra. All right. This is the scary part. I can't tell you, this is the most time I've ever spent on a piece of music outside of class. And I don't mean just working with the kids. There were some kids who came in before school to practice doing this. But then it turns out, to play with electric instruments, well, you have to become like, well, a studio technician. And it's a nightmare. But I think we have it. We're going to mess around for just a little bit. We've had this cello for quite some years. My predecessor bought some nice electric instruments like this cello and this viola. And also this nice violin over here, the Zeta violin. And we completed our set recently. I got talking with a friend, Paul Snyder, a couple of years ago, was it? I don't know, something like that. And he owns the Elixir store downtown. And he was doing something, it's the Main Street Music Festival, and they raised money, and they wanted it to go to a charitable cause. So they decided to point that our way. Now, I was talking to Paul just a couple days ago, and he said, well, the guys who put this on, they don't really want credit because it's coming from the community. And I thought, Paul has a great point. Because when we bought these instruments, the reason I could get electric instruments, like a cool thing, instead of fixing cellos, or repairing the bows. Like your cellos and bows fixed up the way they are? Yeah. We were in dire straits for a while. The cellos and the bows were in really bad condition. And the boosters came through. They gave us enough money that we could rehair bows, fix cellos, and take care of all sorts of other needs. So all that fundraising you folks have helped us with, that's helped too, so that when we got this generous donation, we were able to do something cool, like, buy these two black electric violins. So, thank you, Paul, and thank you for the whole community for supporting us so much. Now for the interesting part. We're going to see if this actually works the way it did today earlier. But considering the way I started with the 5th grade orchestra, let's tread in with a little caution. And let's show you the cello first of all. So, Erica, will you play that cello and let's see if it's going to scare us? Go ahead and start. Let's hear it. Yeah. Seems to be working. All right. How's your viola working? Oh, I'm glad you checked. That's so soft. Go ahead and try that again. Cool. All right, Natalie, let's hear that violin. Cool. That sounds awesome. Here's Clarissa. Fantastic. Reagan, how's your sounding? All right. Drums, how are you sounding? Like your ears. Yeah? No? Okay. Can you hear that? Or no? So, we'll see how this goes. So this is rock riffs. It's our first attempt at being a rock orchestra. We're going to start with the electric instruments, and then we're going to bring in the whole orchestra. Cross your fingers for us. This is like flying a jet that's under repair. Oh, never mind. experiment in electric sound. We'll try and make good use of these in the future. But again, thanks for having your kids in our program. I truly